Hi, it's Paul Norman here, Managing Editor of CoStar News. I'm with my colleague from our sister title in France, Business Immo, Luc-Etienne, Rouillard, Lafond. And we're delighted to welcome Barry Gosin, who's the Chief Executive of one of the world's biggest brokerages, Newmark, who's really been making a name for the company in Europe as well as America recently. And I think, Luc-Etienne, you wanted to ask something first.
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Gosin, for being with us. As Paul mentioned, Newmark has made significant strides in its development in Europe over the last few years, over the last year also in France. What kind of response are you getting from the various markets where you have established a presence in Europe?
We've gotten an incredible response from the market. Most of the institutions are incredibly impressed with how fast we've grown, and it is our intention to be pan-Europe in a record amount of time.
Are there specific things you've noticed that are different as you go across Europe, between the different countries and between America as well? Are there things you're finding that are different, or are there mainly similarities?
Well, the culture and languages are different, but people are people. Talent is talent. We have one simple plan: hire the best people in whatever vertical, in whatever geography we go. We certainly are not going to insinuate American culture into France and Germany and UK. They have their own cultures, but the language of real estate is the same.
Okay, and I wondered if just on the UK, have you done a lot? BH2, HTH, Newmark, Gerald Heath. Great names, obviously. Have you got more plans in the UK, or is that it for now?
Well, so we've hired, we brought on board the former real estate banking group out of RBC. We've hired some mortgage brokers out of other companies. So we plan to continue to grow as long as there are good people available.
Okay. Another question to ask you is, at the moment there's obviously a lot of political tension arising around the world. Are you hearing anything particularly from your sort of American colleagues about that? We're seeing it in Europe, in America. Is there anything that's influencing real estate at the moment?
Well, every day in the U.S. is a surprise. So, as I said, when I talked to Mario Draghi, the Europeans should thank us for making Europe great again. Unfortunately, the GDP was a negative 2.5%, and the dollar declined by 5%, and the euro is up 15%. I think the random activities in the U.S. may have an impact, but the American spirit and entrepreneurship and power of the business community in the U.S. will overcome anything that they put before us. In Europe, obviously the sentiment on America is interesting. We're not. Many Europeans feel we're not as reliable as a partner as we have been, but the American people have an incredible connection with Europe. I marvel at the advantage that people in Europe have. It's such an incredible place to live. The amount of incredible cities and incredible cultures that are within an hour distance is nowhere in the United States. It's a luxury to be in Europe. I'm excited to be able to grow our business in Europe. It gives me more of an opportunity to come here other than on vacation. And we're thrilled to be here. We're excited about it. I think the market is accepting us really well, but it's really not about Newmark. It's about the people we hire. We have, a strategy to hire the best people in their respective disciplines, and we've been doing that. And in the U.S., we often say, if you're great, you should be here. And those people that are great want to be at a firm that respects talent, enables and empowers them to grow and do what they do, whether it's different in Germany and France and UK, but we're very excited about the process.
And great. Speaking of which, obviously you have gone a long way in a short amount of time in Europe. What are the next steps in your roadmap as you continue this development? Obviously in Europe in general, and Business Immo being Paris-based, I have to ask in France as well.
Well, So it's we follow opportunity, we follow talent. I mean, if there isn't the talent available in a country, we won't go there. As it happens, we have a lot of people talking about us and wanting to be with us. So, I mean, if you follow the GDP, we've 75% of the market is in UK, France, and Germany. I mean, the next biggest could be Italy and Spain, and then the Nordics. So we have every intention of being a major player in the European market. Our strategy is not being the biggest, but it is being the best. We have the highest revenue per capita and revenue per employee in the United States for one of the big firms. We'll continue that effort. We hope to repeat the same thing in Europe.
Okay, well, that's definitely a case of watch this space, I think. So, so thank you so much for talking to us, Barry. And yeah, you can watch this on CoStar News later today and on Business Immo. Thank you.